Hey everybody, it's Tammy from the Rapides Parish Library. We're going to talk a little bit about genealogy today. I know it's very interesting to a lot of people, very interesting to me, and I want to talk about the two different kinds of genealogy there are. There's, genealogy where you go back and you trace the linkages to your family, the linkages between generations, and there's also a component that's family history. It's genealogy just like the other, but you add stories. And to me, that's the most interesting when you add family stories to it. So it's important now to, if you have family members that are older, get those stories now, don't wait, because once they're gone, the stories are gone and you can't get them back. So I'm going to show you a couple of documents today, and if you want the documents, just email me. My email will be on the comments, and I'll email you all the documents that we talk about today. So these are just some interesting things to know. The Alexandria Historical and Genealogical Library, if you don't know where it is, it's downtown right next to the main library at 503 Washington. Right now, with the pandemic going on, I don't know if it's open. You may want to call and check. But when it does open, it's got a lot of resources. It's got a lot of family history books. If you're doing the Cajun ancestry genealogy search, all Dr. Father Hebert's books are there. And the main library also has a big repository of the Town Talk, and they're on microfilm. So Town Talk has a lot of information that you could use. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, they have genealogy that is built into their faith. So they do a lot of genealogy research, and they save a lot of it. They have a website called www.familysearch.org, and it's got a load of information on it. But if you know someone who belongs, you might be able to get into their repository. They have family history centers worldwide, and they're really, really eager to help people get their family history done, and they'll help you with it. So just keep that in mind. Online, you can find a lot of information online. Some of it you have to be really careful with, because if it's something someone else posted, you might want to research that a little further. Make sure you document where you get information from, because chances are you're going to want to go back to it and you won't remember where you got it. That's happened to me, I know. So one of the best things is right now from home through the RPL website, you can access Ancestry.com for free till August 30th. So that's awesome, because it's a pretty expensive subscription if you get it on your own. When we reopen, you can come into the library and use it for free at any library location. So just keep those things in mind. One of the things that's really important, and all people who do genealogy say, don't die with your story. You don't want to take all your information with you and all your hard work and your charts and things. You put a lot of work into it and you feel like it's your own, but it's not beneficial if you don't share it. So find a family member who's interested too. Share that information with them. I know I used to bring mine to my family reunions, and everybody would kind of crowd around the table, and that's where I got a lot of information, because I had some elderly family members who could put information into my list. But not everything they knew. You have to understand that and not assume that everything that you say, you hear or read is true, because sometimes people aren't honest on their family trees. And it's important to be honest. If you don't want it out there, don't put it out there. If some of our ancestors weren't married. Sometimes babies came before marriages, and it's embarrassing to some of the family members. So just keep it in mind. That happened to me when I was doing my family research for my husband's side of the family. I would see around Lafayette, they would have a wedding and a baby being christened, and sometimes the last rites all were on the same day, and I couldn't figure out how that was happening. But if you think back, many years ago, they didn't have a priest in every church. So sometimes the priest would travel around to different churches in the area. And so sometimes they would christen a baby and bless a marriage and do the last rites in a family. So it's possible that the dates are correct, but you just have to know the situation of what had happened. So like I said, make sure you document your resources. Know that anything you post online will probably be barred by somebody else, and that's okay, because we want to share our story. That's why we're doing the work. And something that I haven't accessed yet, but I really want to get into, there's a couple of photo sharing and digital history sites. Pinterest has one, Flickr has one, and there's a site called History Pin, and you can go there and see pictures, or if you have pictures of your family, you can share them there. So those are really good resources that you can go to, and if you have pictures, and pictures are awesome if you have that to add to your records. I have some documents that I can send to you by email. This is a family group record. This is a record that you want to use when you document each family in your family tree, and it gives birth dates, place they were born, and all the people in the family. This is an ancestral chart. What I did when I first started was I started with me, and that way I could get both of my parents on the same page. It was just a little bit easier. But whatever works for you as far as documentation, do it that way. I also have a general resource list here, and if you email me, I'll make sure you get that too. So this is just a brief overview of genealogy, and we can get into it a lot more. I've had my DNA done, and it was really interesting. We could talk about that. So if this is something that you'd like to continue, email me or comment and let me know, and we can get more information out there and maybe do this once a month or more often if you like. So thanks for watching, and let me know what you think. Thanks.